Welcome, welcome to the Creaky Chair Show.
You know, it's one of those things.
Anyway, so I wanted to just quickly do a podcast because I don't know, I was kind of bored and wanted to talk about some shit.
Tell me what's up.
But one of the things that we had a conversation on the show regarding this young guy who threw his mom out.
Okay.
And I'm a little on the fence about it. I mean, first of all, full disclosure, I was the only one on the show who felt that what he did was horrendous. Everybody else was like, well, we understand it. Now, let me give you some of the backstory in case, because I don't know that you were in the studio or not. But there are a lot of missing pieces for me in order to have a really good idea about how I feel about this.
Okay.
We don't know how old the guy is. We don't know how old the mama is. What we do know is that apparently it's his house.
Okay.
She's been living with him since 2017.
Okay.
He has a baby on the way.
Okay.
I don't know if he's married to the young woman that he has a baby on the way with, but I do know that this woman has a previous child. So his thing is, you got to go because you've stayed with me long enough and I've got a whole new family moving in. Now, she went on social media, TikTok to be exact. That's why I want to know how old she is. What's your answer on TikTok? No judgment because I too am on TikTok, but I'm not doing stupid shit like that. FYI, for everyone out there in the zeitgeist, let me tell you this. Help is not on the way on social media. You will not find help on social media. If you're looking for someone to take your side, it's not going to happen. Social media is there to make fun of you, to pass judgment, and to basically make you feel like shit. They will build you up and tear your ass quickly down. Trust me when I tell you. So I don't know why, as a mother, as a whole grown woman, she would go on TikTok to air out this dirty laundry and then proceed to say, I'm going to call the cops on you. Up until that point, I was kind of on her side. Again, understanding I did not like the fact that she tried to go to TikTok like somehow TikTok had the answer and Maya Angelou still resided there or something. I don't know what that was about. However, the young guy came back maybe, I don't know how many days later and basically gave his side of the story to say, you know, you've been with me for years.
Okay.
I have a sister who lives down the street. She's going through some stuff. Go stay with her. You can go stay with her. It's not like I'm putting you out on the street. You kind of are. Because I don't know if he spoke to the sister or not. So for me, it's a very convoluted situation where, you know, you have this guy, you have this mom, and she's getting tossed out because he's got a new family coming in, and he's suggesting that she go and stay with the sister down the street.
What was the wife's or the girlfriend's? What did she say on TikTok?
We don't know.
Okay.
Which is why for me, number one, I don't even know if this is his wife. It could be his girlfriend.
Okay.
We don't know. He didn't say my wife. He just said, I have a baby on the way.
Right.
He didn't say me and my wife. He just said, I have a whole new family.
Gotcha.
So, you know, everybody in the room was of the belief that, you know, that's what a man is supposed to do. You grow up, you get a new family, you take care of them. I'll ride with you on that because I believe that to a certain extent. However, if this is your girlfriend who just happened to get pregnant, maybe you guys wanted to have a baby. I don't know. I really don't care. In my mind, I'm thinking, I understand that a wife can leave you, a girlfriend can leave you, but at least as a wife, there's at least a little more. And I say this begrudgingly because I've never been married, but I would like to think that having taken that extra step to get married, that you would be a little bit more committed and feel less likely to leave than you would if it was just my girlfriend and we go together, right? So for me, I'm like, that's going to always be your mama.
Right.
Girlfriend might be ex-girlfriend. Wife might become ex-wife. There ain't going to be no ex-mamas around here. That's going to always be your mama.
Right.
Always. So I'm like, one day you might be in a position where you need mama. Ex-girlfriend ain't gonna come for you because if you break up with her, she done with you.
Right.
Ex-wife, especially if it is a tumultuous divorce, don't call her because she's not coming. She's not gonna spit on you if you on fire walking down the street. Mama may not like you. She might be mad at you, but she will walk through scorching sands to get to you. So my thing was, I'm not quite sure I'm on the side of let's throw mama out.
It is weird though that they wouldn't want the actual help. Like most people would like be like, yes, I have an extra help that lives at home. Especially if there's a new baby coming.
Maybe the son feels like I don't need mama's help. She's been here for all these years and and he was packing up her shit as she was on the video.
I feel like maybe something must have happened.
Well, I think something definitely happened.
Yeah, because I don't think
argument ensued.
Yeah.
You know, clean this shit up.
No, maybe.
And he's like, this ain't your house. I pay the bills. Ooh. Now, mama's like, don't talk to me like that. I'll talk to you any way I want to. But get your shit and get out. I'm making all of this up. I don't know that any of that happened, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds like something happened because I personally wouldn't throw my mom out, especially if she's lived with me for a long, long time. If anything, if maybe the house was too small, I mean, I guess depending on the circumstances, I would probably try to find other accommodations for her. But for the most part,
he did. He offered up his sister's house, and I don't know that he even spoke to his sister. He just said, "My sister lived down the street, and she's going through postpartum. I don't mean to air her dirty laundry, but you did."
Yeah, no, I wouldn't throw my mom out. I feel like there's loopholes not empty holes in the story.
Yeah, I don't know. In my head, and this coming from a girl whose both mamas put her out. One at birth.
But I feel like your parents can do that, but you can't do that to your parents. Like, I feel like...
I mean, there's now full disclosure, I would imagine there are certain situations that might call for you to say, mama gotta go.
Right.
Right? Like if you're married and your mama don't get along with your husband. Yeah. And you've tried and you've tried and you try, or your dad. Right. Daddy don't have a place to go. You know, do you put him out? There has to be a line, right? That says we can't cross this line, because if you are interfering in my current relationship and putting it in jeopardy, do we still allow mama and daddy to stay?
I mean, they do say that sometimes parents do put a strain, like parents living with you and your significant other put a strain on your relationship. And actually, I've seen it happen in my family. So I
don't want to know the story.
No, I'm not going to tell you the story.
Just kidding.
Thank you. No, but I mean, it has happened, but I feel like in that case, then it needs to be a conversation and a slow transition.
Well, if you ask the son, a slow transition since 2017.
No, I'm saying, but he didn't have this girlfriend in 2017.
See, that's what I said.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I feel as though the conversation probably went a little like, mama, I'm in love. I got a baby coming. You don't know nothing about love. What you know about love? You don't know she loved me and she never gonna leave me. And she was probably like, yeah, but I've been here with you. I've been holding you down.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend possibly was in the ear like, get him, get her. Yeah. She don't love you like I do. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't necessarily think that it should be a situation like get out tomorrow, you know? Like I don't.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was get out now. Wasn't get out tomorrow. It was get out now. Because he was packing her things as she was live on social media, which again, I have a problem with, because nobody on social media is coming to your aid.
Right.
Nobody. You're going to have people who are going to be on one side and people who are going to be on the other. But at the end, it will still be just you, your son, and the po-po when they get there at the apartment by yourself or the house.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't. I think that was wrong. And I feel like, there's things they're not telling us.
Yeah.
The mom must have pissed him off. And he
probably.
Was like, yo, get
but
out.
I mean, you ain't really a mom until you done pissed your kids off. Trust me, I can tell you the truth. And that comes from me being a mother and me having had a mother. I know but I don't know. In my head, I'm like, I know what it feels like. I know I am not the only one, but I know what it feels like to not have your mother here with you and to feel almost like an alien in a society where a lot of people still have their mom, and I'm so happy for them. So I could not imagine doing something as I don't want to call it heinous, but just so blatantly disrespectful to your mother as to throw her out. Now, I don't know what conversations were had prior to her pressing play or go live. I don't know. But I can't think of I've been very mad at my mama. I've been very angry with my mom. I've wanted to curse her out. I've wanted to do all of those things. But at the end of the day, I still loved her. And I would never want to do anything that would have made it where I couldn't come back. And I feel like doing something like this so live in front of the world, how do you come back from that?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I think maybe this is my assumption of the situation. I think that the girlfriend and the mom don't get along.
Could be.
And I think that he was probably forced to pick a side.
And you're going to choose a side of your baby.
He picked the coochie.
Well, the coochie probably good right now. When the coochie get old, well, you still wish that you picked her instead. I mean, again, I know that wives can leave. I know that girlfriends can leave. I just feel like your mama would never leave you. And I'm not saying that as a blanket statement because I'm sure there are some moms out there who are not so good. I just think for the most part, the majority of the stories that I hear as you get older, oh my God, my mama saved me. My mama did this. You know, she's the one she's a ride or die in most cases. Again, not in every case. And so if you choose someone over her, and I'm not talking about, now listen, I know there are a ton of videos on social media where I just recently saw another video where the son made his mama get in the back seat. No. Made his wife get in the back seat so his mama could ride in the front. And a lot of people were angry saying that the wife should not have been forced to get in the back seat over the mama.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm going to always err on the side of respect for my elders and my mama. Now, I would hope that if I were in a situation and my husband's mom needed a ride and we were taking her somewhere, I'm going to be honest, out the gate, he's not going to have to say anything. I'm going to automatically get in the back. Only, not because I think she's better than me, not because I think she's more important than me, but because I would honor her like she were my mother. And I used to hate it when my mama would try to get in the back seat of my car and my son tried to ride in the front. I was like, get your narrow ass in the back. It's your grandma. That's my mama. Respect. So for me, having been raised in the country, I can't speak for you and yours, but I would just naturally get in the back. And I would hope that I would have a great relationship with my husband's mother, that it would not even be a question and I would not feel any slight or amount of disrespect having to ride in the back unless I had on my Sunday best.
Well, I do agree. I mean, I think things like that will come naturally out of respect. But I also think that why is everything always up for debate? Like, I feel like
that's what the internet is all about.
I feel like you do as you please.
Agreed.
If you feel like that's wrong for you, then do that. If you feel that's right for you, then do that.
But I think the problem comes in that we are able to see where they couldn't make up their mind if it was right for them or not. Right. Because in that particular case, the husband forced the wife to get in the back, like had to almost pull her out of the front seat. And her and the mama were arguing about who was going to ride in the front. And the mama was real nasty. Like, get your ass in the back. I'll ride in the front.
Well, yeah.
So already I would like to believe that whomever I marry, wherever you are, that I would get along with his mom so that we would not have these petty, disagreements. Because I think in the grand scheme of things, there are so many other problems and obstacles and mountains to climb that I don't want deciding who's going to ride in the front or who's riding shotgun to be one of them.
Right. But like you said, I think some things should be automatically like, I don't care, dude. Unless the mom wants to ride in the back, then I'll be like, cool. Like, but for the most part, I would probably get in the back.
I would. It would be, you wouldn't even have to say, can my mama ride in the front? If we are picking up your mom, I am automatically going to get in the back. And I'm never going to think that that means he puts her in front of me. I'm not going to think that. I'm going to think that's his mama.
Yeah.
Because certainly if we were picking up my mama and your ass better get in the back.
Right.
And you better open the door for her.
Right.
Or maybe I'll be in the back. I don't know.
Right.
No, 2 girls should ride the front. We got something to chat about. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I guess it is to each his own. I just hate that there's so many arguments like this happening. Even down to, we've talked about on the show, whose plate do you prepare first when it's mealtime? The children or the husband?
The one who's giving you the dick down.
See, I disagree. I'm going to get the dick regardless.
You think the children should be served first?
I do.
Nah.
I do. And let me tell you why. For me, I don't ever want something like that to determine the level of respect that I have for my husband. It shouldn't be a plate.
Right.
In my opinion. And depending on how old the kids are, if I've got babies and they're 5 and under and they're yelling and screaming, I want them to be full. I want them to eat. Not that I don't want my husband to eat. I want him to eat too, but I would hope that we would have a relationship that he would be like, are you going to feed the kids?
Right.
I would hope that we have a strong enough relationship that it's not built on something as simple as I'm leaving you because you prepared their plate before mine. The fuck kind of relationship is that? I hope that we are in a situation where it is a partnership. Mm-hmm. We had these kids together and we are going to take care of them together. Now, if them bastards are in the bed asleep, then yeah, I got the chicken for you. I got you covered. If you come in and you're hungry right now, then yeah, I'm going to do your plate. But if it's just like some regular Thursday night kind of whatever, and you come in and the kids are starving and they're whining and crying and you're sitting on the couch with your feet propped up, I'm going to fix them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I mean, but that's me.
Like if we're at the dinner table, you'll serve the kids first.
At the dinner table, we already got our plates.
So
especially if there's food in the middle, you better reach your grubby hands and get your plate. If we sitting down, why am I preparing a plate?
Will you prepare a man's plate at a party?
Like of course.
Okay.
But if we're all at home, see, I think those are the little nuances that matter. If we are at, I don't know, a buffet, why would I be there? But if we are at someone's house, at a reception, a wedding reception, if we are at a party that has some type of buffet, again, I don't like buffets. But the point is, if it were a situation like that, then absolutely, I would go straight to my man and the little crumb snatchers are not around. Baby, what would you like? Do you want me to fill your plate up with a little bit of everything and a little dessert on the side? Or would you like it all mixed together? Do you want it piled high or low? What you want? I got you. But I want your question to me is, baby, what would you like to drink? I'll go to the bar and grab you a little wine. Right. That's what I want to hear. In that case, 1,000%. But if we are at home, this is the thing that people forget. If I've worked hard all day and you've worked hard all day and we got kids who are starving, we both better feed their asses first. If your baby crying, whip that titty out.
No, yes, of course. But I thought it was more like a situation if we were like actually all sitting down.
No, the question was never that. The question was very simply, whose plate do you prepare first, your man's or your kids? That was a question. There was no, we at the table, we all sitting together.
Well, no, but I still think it all depends, because if my kids are hungry and he's not hungry, yes, of course. But if we're all eating together and we're about to eat together, then he'll probably get his plate first.
I'm not mad at that. I think whatever works for you works for you. I don't judge one way or the other. I'm just saying, as for me in my house, if my husband comes in and he's worked hard all day and he's hungry and I've already fed the kids and put them to bed or they're doing their homework, I'm going to fix his plate. If he comes in and he's like, man, I'm so hungry, he's going to get a plate. If he comes in and he goes to take a shower or I know it's dinner time and the kids are screaming or the kids are sick or whatever, then keep them babies going to eat.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's the only thing I'm saying. There are conditions for me, as they are with everything. If I go outside and it's raining, I'm going to put a hat on. or an umbrella. Like for me, everything is situational and conditional. It's not just one rule across the board. So for me, there are nuances as to whether or not I prepare his plate.
But that makes sense.
Yeah, so I wasn't looking for anybody to tell me it didn't. I knew it made sense. To me, in my head, it made perfect sense. And if he loves me and our family, he will understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. First of all, he's going to want them kids quiet so he can rest.
Well, yeah,
the kids ain't going to be quiet with bellies grumbling and rumbling. They want to eat. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, if the kid is 8, you going to eat first, Daddy. If the kid is 10, Daddy eating first, put that chicken down. Yeah. But when that's why I said for me, it's conditional. Under 5 and under, and they're just all over the place and you can't control them. I gotta this baby gotta eat.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes sense.
Now, again, if we're at a party, baby's not gonna be there in the first place.
Well, so it could be a family function.
No, I don't think babies should be allowed at parties. Wedding receptions and shit like that, babies should be restricted.
Yeah,
that's me.
I'm talking about a house family function. Like you go visit your cousin and you go getting together and you guys having food.
Oh, I'm not worried about that in that case because we have what we call a kids table. And over on the kids table is going to be kid food where they can grab it themselves. I'm not even going to be over there. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have a kids table at the parties?
No. We have food. We have a spread and people go serve themselves.
Oh, well, what the fuck you bring it up for if everybody's serving themselves?
No, I'm saying the women,
the kids are reaching with their nasty hands up on the thing.
If it's a small kid, usually they get served by the mom or even the dad. The woman served the mom, the dad, and the kids. But there's not like a specific kids table.
Yeah, we have kids tables. Well, on like holidays and stuff, the kids don't eat at the big table. The kids eat at the kids table.
They have a...
And you have grown up when you are allowed to no longer have to sit at the kids' table. And you go, oh, I get to sit with the grown folks.
See, we sit by families.
Oh, see, we don't do that.
I mean...
So you got the Santos over here. You got the Williams over there.
When you have like 50 people at your house...
I don't have 50 people in my house.
You have like different tables. You put
First of all, what house are you at that is 50 people? With enough tables like that?
Our functions are usually
at a hall, perhaps?
No, in the house.
Y'all got 50 people.
We rent those long tables and we put them out. I mean, before when it was in New York, it was different.
I was about to say, what the fuck? You got to be telling me a lot right now. I've been in the house. Right, now that's different. But I'm like in a house in New York, where?
But in Florida, in the house, we have the backyard and we...
See, that makes more sense to me. Backyard and a little bit inside. But a table that goes from end to end for 50 people?
Yeah, no. Before you ate standing up.
Oh. I guess the food goes to your feet.
Well, it's a lot of people.
No, I get it. I mean, yeah. But I mean, back to the whole situation that I was talking about that you brought up, something different.
No, I was talking about family and kids' tables.
What we were talking about was preparing plates for the children or for your man. And I said, growing up for us, the kids at the kids' table had their own plates. They just, so it wasn't an issue when we were talking about going to somebody else's house for an event. But just on the regular, for me, it's all situational. Doesn't mean that I don't respect my king and he doesn't respect me as queen. I just don't want to define my relationship on things that I consider to be very petty. Right. To me, I think they're very petty. As long as we all eat, right? Whether I brought the money in or he brought the money in and we pulled it together, we had food to eat. As long as everybody eats and everybody is happy and healthy, I really don't care.
Hey, listen, it is what it is.
It is what it is. For me. As for me and mine. But for whatever reason, it has caused a great divide on social media about who's right, who's wrong. And again, just like, some men believe they shouldn't have to clean. That's what women do. They put gender on what a particular, role in the house is. Again, for me, there are certain things that I think I would like for a man to do. I don't like to hear that's your job.
Right.
That makes me want to climb up a wall and vomit down. I don't like that. I think let's get it done.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some things that are like they don't necessarily have to be spoken. Like if your man is bringing home the bacon and you're just chilling, then you have a lot of responsibility, and he needs to come to a clean house with a cooked meal. He doesn't have to
Yeah, but I
say
think
that's
the
your
day and
job.
age that we live in, a lot of people, especially the ones who are watching this podcast, don't have that luxury. That's the one percenters that you only need one income in the household to be thriving and have a good life. Most people now, the wife has to work, the husband has to work, they're making ends meet, and I think both come home equally tired. So for me, I think, and again, having never been married, maybe this is why, I don't know, but I just like partnerships.
Yeah, but
I
that's what I'm
like a
saying. But even in
partnership.
partnerships, like for instance, if we're like, I think even in partnerships, there's some things that are said. Wow, you're mowing the lawn or something on the weekend. I may be cleaning the house, but we don't. You could clean the house if you want to. It doesn't have to. This is your job. Like I don't
But
think it
that's
has
what I
to be
just said.
said.
I don't like things that say, it's your job to wash the dishes. It's your
Right.
job to do this and that. And that could come from me being, by myself for so long. I do everything. NDRE has a song that talks about that I take out the trash. I've done all of those things for myself for so long that I don't allow them to define whether it is attached to my womanhood or not.
Right. No,
I
I
don't.
get it.
If you get there and you see the trash is full, take it out.
Yeah.
If I got there first, I'm not going to wait until you get home and let the house smell. I'm just going to take the trash out. I'm not going to think
Yeah.
that it is somehow now taken away from my, femininity. I just don't think that way. And I
Yeah.
don't know if it's because of how strong I am and in who I am and the belief of how I feel about myself. I don't know. Would I like a guy to do those types of things if he beat me to it? Yes. But I'm never going to sit back and wait for you to do it and then be mad that I had to do it. Let's just work together and get it done so we can have a nice clean house, right? Let's make sure that, the house is clean. If you're at home all day, it would be great if you cleaned up. That would be nice.
Yeah.
If I'm home all day, whether for whatever reason, maybe I'm off that day and you're not, then I'll clean the house.
Yeah.
I just think that for me, I like the fluidity of let's just work together. Let's make sure we have a nice home. Let's make sure that we got income coming in so we can keep this nice home.
Right.
And our kids are clean and well fed and healthy. That's all I care about. And I think for whatever reason, once we start saying, you have to do this and you have to do that, and then you didn't do it, I just think it's just extra shit to have to worry about that I don't want on my brain.
No, that's
Now,
that should
would
be
I
like
be happy if I got up Saturday morning and my husband had taken my car to get it washed and gotten it cleaned out so I could drive it and the gas tank is full? Hell yeah. That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Just like I'm sure he would like it if he woke up, the house was clean, his clothes were laundered and folded, and there I am freshly waxed and in the V shape for him. Of course. All of those things are wonderful. And hey, accommodate where you can.
Yeah. No, I get it. And I mean, I agree with you 100%. If let's just live together and, let's just live in
Be
a clean
happy.
house,
Let's be happy.
things are getting done.
Right. That's what I
Yeah.
think. But again, I guess to whatever works for you. Because I know
Yeah.
there are some men who are very traditional in the sense that they believe that a woman should be in the kitchen and the kitchen should be clean. The food should be cooked. And when he gets home, martini in one hand, steak in the other. There are some men who think like that. I, for one, have dated one who was like that.
Well, I don't necessarily think
didn't work out for us.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you're doing your part.
Again,
Like if you're doing the things that you men are supposed to do.
See, that's what I don't like. Because the minute you can say that, as long as the man is doing what he's supposed to do, then a man can turn around and say, then a woman is supposed to. That's the part for me that becomes a stickler. To me, if a human being is being good to another human being, the other human being will never want for whatever it is that he wants, because the other human being will give it to them willingly and all the time. And that goes both ways. But the minute you put a title or responsibility on it, like as long as he's supposed to do, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Well, what is he supposed to do? And then if you say that, then it opens it up to be equally true for you. Well, what are you supposed to be doing? And I just don't like that. I hate that whole, misogynistic kind of, thought that, look, they're going right there. I hate the whole gender roles. Like, because it's cleaning, women are supposed to do it. Women are supposed to, rear the children and cook the food and all of those things. I don't, just be good to me. As the SOS band said it best, just be good to me. If you good to me, I'm gonna be good to you, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And that might mean today, I know how much you love steak, so I got one for you. You like a dirty martini, I got that for you too. You want me to, I know you like a chicken high heels. When you come home, I'm gonna have them on. That's because I love you and I know that you are making me happy in whatever way that means. Not because you have a particular role that you're supposed to play, but because you love me and you want to see me happy. And I feel the same way about you. Cheers.
I pretend wine.
Yes, I told you, whoever you is.
I know, right?
No,
Whoever
but I think when I don't know. That's just how I feel. I think a lot of things get lost in the sauce when you start coming up with things like that. You supposed to keep your body right for your man, and you supposed to look good all the time, and you supposed to clean out, and you supposed to, what the fuck? Who came up with all of that?
I don't know.
I mean, that's how I feel. Number one, I'm going to keep my body right because I want to live and be healthy. That's number one. And I like the way I look. So I'm doing it first for me. And the man that I love will get to reap the benefits of that.
Okay.
Just saying.
Soulmates@gmail.com. That's where to, if you're Jasmine's soulmate out there, email
Are you
me.
pimping me?
Yes.
How do... I think the show is over. I think I just got pimped in my face.
No, I'm trying to see if your soulmate is out there and hasn't found you. I'm giving the soulmate a
Can I just
Gmail
say
address.
I don't believe in soulmates?
You don't believe in soulmate? I mean, your soulmate could be anything. Like, it doesn't have to be like a romantic partner. So what do you believe in?
I believe in love.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in miracles. I believe that you happen to run into someone that you fall in love with. And if you're lucky and you put the work in, it's probably more than luck. I think it works. I think you make a decision to love someone forever or not. And I think it's easy to make the decision. I think it's harder to put the work in to keep the decision. I don't believe that out of the billions of people on this planet, there's one person for me.
Well, this is a person for everybody. We just haven't found it.
No, but I don't think that there's one person for you. If that's the case, how do you explain someone who got married to someone that they really love only to wind up divorced and then marry somebody else that they really love?
Oh my God, I've been meaning to tell you.
You didn't answer the question. You could tell me in a minute.
No,
that doesn't answer the question.
It has to do with that.
Right. So I'm saying, if that's the case, was he lying or was she lying when they thought the first person was their soulmate and then they thought the second person was their soulmate? I think that you find people that you love. I just like stars, kind of colliding, and it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. I think maybe you have more than one soulmate. I don't know. I've just never bought into that. I think it's a word that somebody made up,
right?
To be commercialized and make you believe in fantasies and stuff. When I think at the end of the day, loving someone, marrying somebody, or just being partnered with somebody for life is hard work. And and having never done it, I recognize that it is hard. Think about how hard it is to stay on a job that you love for years and not get burnt out, not believe that there's a better job, not believe that you should be treated better, not believe that you deserve more after you've been on a job for years. Right. You're all going to feel that. Even though when you first got the job, you felt like this is the job. For me, it's the only job I've ever wanted. 10 years later, you'll be saying something different.
Yeah. I mean, I think that any relationship, like I said, not even romantically, every relationship that has to do with two people that are different requires work, even just regular friendships.
Yeah. So how then do you say that there's a soulmate for you?
I don't know. It sounds nice. So,
and that's what they bank on. It sounds nice.
Well, I mean, I do think that some people's love just flows. You know what I'm saying? Like, It may not
But
be.
I didn't say, I never said I did not believe that. What I said was, I don't believe that there's just one person out there for you. And you got to hope and pray that somewhere on this wide world that you run into them.
Well, mine got either lost somewhere or I don't know, maybe mine is dead already.
You know what I think? I think you find love or love finds you when you're ready for it. I think if you have, I do. And I think you may or may not know when you're ready. You might think you're ready and you're not. You may think that you're not ready and you are. I think that the universe brings it. If you got a lot of shit going on in your life, a lot of insecurities, nobody wants to be bothered with that.
I don't know, because there's so many people in this world that do have partners that have insecurities, that they married at 18. Like, they may not work in the end, but
right. But I'm saying, I don't think that your insecurities might be a deterrent for the love to come to you. It might be something else. It might not be your insecurities that is preventing the relationship. It might be something else.
Right, no,
but that's what I'm saying. So I use insecurities as an example of one thing, but it could be a myriad of things that the universe may say, you're not ready yet because you're selfish. That has nothing to do with insecurity. It says you're a selfish human being. So we don't want you fucking nobody else up because you ain't ready. So I mean, now whether you listen to the universe or not, different story. I got a friend now who's been married 4 times and none of them worked out.
Right.
He ain't learned a lesson. And he done fucked up four women in the head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's why they say love happens when you least expect it. Because when you think you're ready, you might not be. Right. So you're expecting love, but love ain't ready to be expecting you.
Right.
It's like going to somebody's house unannounced. Bitch, we didn't know you was coming. Why you call? Let's send a smoke signal or something.
Ooh, it just hit me. Yeah.
You never know. Listen, my best friend swore, she was like, I just don't know. I've done everything right. I've done everything by the book. I still haven't fallen in love. Nobody's ever treated me this way. And out of the blue, she meets a guy. She doesn't think she's ready. Bam. Now they've been married for years. There's no rhyme or reason to love.
That's deep.
I don't know how deep it is, but thanks for the props.